Our God, I condemn you back to hell!
The Conjuring began with a script by Chad and Kerry Hayes, based on the real-life case files of Ed and Lorraine Warren, two of the most famous and controversial paranormal investigators in American history. The story follows Ed and Lorraine as they investigate the Perron family's farmhouse in Rhode Island at the request of a woman named Carolyn. Strange and escalating events have been occurring since her family moved in, and as the Warrens begin to investigate, they uncover evidence of a deeply dark evil presence connected to the property's history. Unlike Insidious, which explored fear through astral projection, The Conjuring grounds its horror in spiritual warfare and the idea that evil can infiltrate the most intimate parts of domestic life. The movie constantly creates the feeling that something is lurking just outside the frame, allowing the anticipation itself to become part of the horror. New Line Cinema and Warner Bros. Backed the film with a budget of $20 million, and James was determined to maximize that budget to the possible best of his abilities. He shot in chronological order on a remote farmhouse in North Carolina. Warner Bros. Initially pushed him to tone the film down for a PG-13 rating to maximize its potential, but James refused, stating that he would rather make a pure, uncompromising horror film than a sanitized version built for wider distribution.
We prove it time and time again, like you have Paranormal Activity, you have the Blair Witch Project, right? Those movies were made for nothing, right? And you hardly ever see anything, right? But the sound really gets you, okay? And so The Conjuring, I wanted the visual to be strong, but I need the sound to be even stronger.
Ultimately, the studios agreed, and the film was finally released. At the box office, The Conjuring grossed over $320 million worldwide, becoming one of the most profitable horror movies ever made, and completely changed the commercial perception of supernatural horror in Hollywood. This was now the third time James was establishing a mega horror franchise. The success of this film launched a franchise that expanded into multiple spin-offs and would go on to generate billions at the global box office. Critically, The Conjuring received some of the strongest reviews of James Wan's career at the time, holding an impressive 86% critic score. Many people viewed it as proof that mainstream horror could still be intelligent, patient, and genuinely frightening without depending entirely on random violence and unnecessary blood. After The Conjuring, James became one of the most sought-after horror directors in Hollywood. The industry was lining up with offers, but before he moved on to his next chapter, he went back to revisit one of his most iconic creations. If you enjoyed this clip, you can watch the full breakdown on our main channel or keep the binge going with the next clip.